Hi friends, Prepared Suburbanite here. I just picked up a new concealed carry weapon holster and I want to share my thoughts with you on how much I really like it. So stick around. My concealed carry weapon of choice is the Sig Sauer P938. And when I first purchased that handgun at my local gun store, they threw in this inside the waistband Galco leather holster. And it was adequate. That's about all I can say. It's inside the waistband. It was somewhat uncomfortable. The clip itself that binds to the belt was pretty thin and somewhat unreliable and somewhat uncomfortable. So I really wasn't too awfully impressed with that. So I really started looking around for other inside the waistband kinds of holsters that I could use myself. So the next choice that I went with and spent some pretty good bucks on it was the Alien Gear paddle style. And I elected to try to use that, and I wore it for a couple of months, pretty much every day or every other day, and it seemed to work out okay. It was a little uncomfortable when it got right down to it. It was hard to put on because you actually had to like drop your pants down to your knees and get these two clips over your belt and then get your pants back up. It just wasn't the most convenient little thing I've ever run up against, but it was comfortable and it was secure. So I got to give Alien Gear a couple of points on both comfort and security because it's a good weapon. It's a good holster for your concealed carry weapon. Then I decided, well, maybe instead of going inside the waistband, I'll do an outside the waistband. So I picked this one up. This is a DeSantis. And it's formed leather. I think I picked it up at a local gun show, probably the Dixie Gun Show here in Wake County at the fairgrounds. And I liked it. It's handsome. It works pretty good. It's somewhat adjustable on the tightness here with this screw here, and you can tighten it down a little bit to keep the retention going there. So I really kind of liked that. It's handsome. It works pretty well, but it's outside the waistband. So it's comfortable because you don't have anything in between your pants and your back and your skin, but it worked. And it was okay. A couple of years later, stopped at a booth at the Dixie Gun Show, and found these, and I can't honestly remember. You might see that logo there and somebody may be able to recognize it, but it's soft, it's foam, and it is made for pocket carry. So you can stick your gun in here, drop it down into your pocket, and it stays there. You can pull the weapon out and this thing stays in your pocket. It stays pretty secure. This is the thing that when I put my gun in my gun safe, that this is the holster that it goes in before it goes into the gun safe. So I kind of like it for that, and I've carried it a few times out in public in my pocket like that. But while it's somewhat comfortable, it's not very convenient. Trying to get the weapon out of this holster while it's in your pocket can be quite a trick. It wants to rise up. It wants to pull the inside of your pocket outside when you're pulling your weapon out. So it's not really the best that I've ever come up against. So a couple of weeks ago, I decided I was going to order the Sneaky Pete holster. And let me show it to you right now. So here's the Sneaky Pete holster. This is designed to be worn on the hip. It's designed to be classically simple in its design. Has a magnetic catch, two of them right here and here, and there's magnets down in here that they'll bind to, so here and here, and it clicks together like that. Inside there's a spacer. If I can get that just right, you might be able to see the spacer, but on this side there's a spacer, so when you drop your handgun down in there, it holds it upright so that you can grab the handle and pull it out fairly easily. Now, I like this a lot because it's a concealed carry holster. I mean, it's really concealed. You don't have to hide your clothes. You don't have to hide your weapon behind your clothes. You can attach this to your belt, a couple of clips there, and I think they've got a model that's got belt loops here that you can thread through. But these snap on pretty easily onto your belt, and you can drop your weapon in there and go wherever you need to go, where you're allowed to carry. Supermarkets, this place, that place. I like it because I can now feel comfortable carrying this at church. People don't even know that it's a weapons holster. They just look at it and say, well, it's probably a cell phone thing or something similar to that. Now, Sneaky Pete's got quite a lineup, and just by the way, I am not being endorsed or compensated in any way by Sneaky Pete holsters for this, but they have quite a few different variations on this. This is the black leather version, and that's real leather. They've got a brown leather version, and then they've got a couple of other kinds that are embossed here with symbols that could represent maybe this being a first aid pouch, or it's got like a first responders emblem here, kind of a thing, so that it doesn't look like it's even a holster. This is very plain and very unassuming in my book, but it's just, for me, it's the perfect thing to carry my weapon and be armed and ready when I have to go to church. So that's my vote for my most favorite concealed carry weapons holster. And just a reminder, I am not being compensated at all by Sneaky Pete holsters for doing this video at all. I just happen to really think they've got a fine product. This is the Prepared Suburbanite reminding you to be prepared always, and I'll see you all on the next video.